They're ruining the game, okay? They're pissing me off. I'm just like mad at Big Brother. I know y'all like y'all returning players, your fan faves, but I want to see D win when all odds are against her because I can see her genius come out. I don't want to see her win when the deck is stacked in her favor.
Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about week 2 of Big Brother season 28. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this episode, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hype us up because we got to find the Big Brother people, okay? At the end of last season, when Ashley won, we had all these people come out and find us on the last episode. We need the people who are watching Big Brother, especially the Black girls. We got to find our little Black girl crew. So if you know one, each one reach one. Now I'm going to say this. It's starting off interesting.
Yes, very much.
And especially this week was a little bit of a letdown in a lot of different ways for me. But
yeah. I mean, okay, so Rome goes home, as we all know. Surprisingly, when I was going through watching live feed stuff and updates from different people, a lot of people were excited that Rome left, or like they wanted Rome to leave. They felt like he, I guess, was like a little douchey, and
well, I mean, he did call Haley a B.
Oh yeah, now he did do that. Yes, almost. But he did do that, and maybe that was the turning point where everybody was like, because I didn't really time like when the comments were happening, but that probably wasn't. And then because it was very aggressive. I was like, ooh.
I also think, though, that Devins really did damage on this man when he was like, because the narrative was the way it was. And I feel like he didn't list the names when he was trying to clarify, like, the boiled down list. Like, I would have liked, I mean, actually, I didn't watch this part of the feed, so maybe he did it on the feeds. But on the episode, they didn't show that he said, no, I told him Lala, I told him this, because Lala took that pretty hard. I did see on the feeds that she was all crying everywhere. I was surprised at all of that. Like, I was surprised that she took it so hard, or it's like you had to know Lyric was the number one. Like, we all had to know that, right? So he can, like, it's like you're just not number two. Like, I don't know. Right. Like, maybe I wouldn't have been. I don't know, but look, I don't know.
But I guess it depending on where Lala, and I don't even know really where Lala had Rome in her list of lineup.
I mean, she was Mama's Angels with him and
true.
Jason, yeah.
But it's like, I guess that means now she's like, oh, okay, well, you had Jason above me. I'm sure she's not surprised that Lyric was in the batch. If she was, then that would just kind of be like, okay, girl. They over there backing down and kissing. So I don't know why anybody would expect that he wouldn't say save Lyric. Yeah. But he did say, no, the comment was that I wanted to save Jason, Lyric, Lala.
He said all the names.
Yeah, he said all
in front
of
everybody. Okay.
Yeah, in front of them, everybody. And then he was like, he told me that was too many, and he boiled down. You were not a part of the boiled down list. I apologize, but you were on the initial list of people I wanted to save. So he did clarify that, and Devins did say yes, that is correct.
Yeah. And so I just feel like if I was Lala, I would not have taken it this hard,
Yeah.
But maybe he was her number one, and that felt I mean, maybe he was. You know what I'm saying?
But because I even saw that because I would think Taylor was her number one. But maybe not.
I've not been enough in the feeds because there's just so much stuff happening that I haven't been enough in the feeds to really understand. And I don't know if they're even showing them on the feeds that much. But what I know, Taylor and Lala are connected, and I know that Lala is Taylor's number one, I feel like, without a doubt. But Lala has more options, than Taylor does. So it seems like, maybe she's not as high on her list,
Maybe. Yeah, who knows? So let's get into the week. We know overall Devins was the HOH, and he nominated Melody, Lyric, and Jason in order to pretty much backdoor Rome at the hand of Angela. Really, like I kind of feel like this was Angela's move, to be honest, because Angela did a lot of convincing, more than I thought she had in her. But she had said, like, I know that Devins is a showman, so he wants a show, and she handed that show to Devins on a silver platter and got Devins hyped up to do this. And so when it came down to the power of veto, Devins won the power of veto, and he is going back and forth between whether or not he should take down Lyric or Melody. That seems to be the only two options. He's not even looking Jason's way. And it's really a battle of who is doing the most convincing across the week. Now, for most of it, it felt like it was going to be Melody. I think where Melody lost her chance was within Drew, because Drew was going hard. And when I was watching that conversation, I was just like, Drew, as a super fan, you have to know when too much is too much. And I was expecting him to like back off a little bit, but him having multiple conversations, I think, with Devins and with other people within the crossover alliance about why it's smart to keep Melody when they were already kind of like suspicious about him playing both sides. It's like you're not doing yourself any favors, and so now they see a reason to weaken you. The other argument was Devins is like, if Rome just so happens to win the BB Blockbuster and he's in the house, do I piss him off even more by not taking down Lyric? So they're going back and forth all week. Of course, he ends up, as we know, taking down Lyric, and he puts up Rome.
And then also in that mix is like the Lyric and Rome sort of subterfuge of trying to act like they've broken up,
which was so stupid.
But at the same time, I think some of it started working. I think some of it is why like Devins was okay with taking her off. Like, I think that was like Lyric's doing. I don't think I think the show gave her a little bit of credit for it, but I think that she is going to be a good player now that Rome is not here. Silver lining.
She did come in strong. She actually surprised me with the way, with the confidence that she had as she was pitching, put Rome up because he's fucking up my game. I was surprised that she came with that. I was like, all right, little bitty girl, like let's see what you about. Like, it got me excited to watch her play. But everybody was already suspicious of this whole idea that they were, you know, actually broken up. But I still think that Devins, because he still has like this, I don't know, father, big brother thing about him, he probably still saw it as like, okay, like, good for you, girl. Like, I'm happy you came in here and you advocated for yourself. And she kind of just like shot the shit straight. She wasn't going roundabout. She was like, no, actually, like, I want you to use the veto on me, and let me tell you why.
No, and I think that also like that is just what saved her, you know, like it's between, I think Rome would have been fine if he knew this was the result, always doing that again. You get what I'm saying? I think he would actually love for her to be in the house as opposed to out of the house, you know, because she could have been on that block. And if he did win the BB Blockbuster, and we could talk about that in a second, because I was like, I could tell when I was watching, I was like, his first move was wrong. So I was like, this man is not, he not gonna win this. And Jason was doing it. But if Lyric had stayed up there and ended up on the block at eviction night, like she didn't win the BB Buster, and it's her versus Mallory, or it's her versus well, Jason would have went home, but let's say it's her versus Mallory, right? Melody. This shit. Why would they do this to us? Anywho, with her versus Melody, it's like she's just in danger, you know what I'm saying? And they might have the way that they go back and forth, they might have swung her direction. So this was just good all around for her. I hated that Rome went home, because personally, I was voting for this man for the Blockbusters. I was sending it to all y'all, to my family. I was like, vote for Rome, because even though he disappointed me, and I don't know if he's the leader that I thought he was, I still feel like if they were able to pull it off, that the tides would have turned for that side of the house. I think they would have coalesced and be like, look, we ain't gotta like each other right now. We could be mad at each other, but it's a war going on and we almost lost, you know?
I just don't know. Like, when you sent it to me, I went ahead and voted for Rome. I was sitting there thinking, I don't think the world is voting for Rome.
You don't think?
No, I don't think other people
vote for Jason.
No, I don't think Jason would have gotten it either. I think somebody on the other side of the house is gonna get it.
I mean, aside from the icons, like aside from them, who you think is coming in third?
The icons are gonna get it first before anybody. I feel.
I agree, but I was trying to give somebody a fighting chance. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, but I don't think there is a fighting chance for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has been the icon show. Like, to be honest, and they're giving so much. They're giving so, like, I think D is probably gonna get it this week. Like, D is stirring up quiet chaos. She's creating other targets with the things that she's doing. They're fun as hell to watch. I'm sorry, like.
Fun?
Yes, D. Oh God, yes. D is great.
What's so fun? To me, I feel like they're ruining the game. Okay, they're pissing me off because I'm like, if they had just not let the vets play in the week 2 HOH, I feel like it would have given a fighting chance. Like it would have relied on just those 5 players who are not vets on that side of the house. So like the Red Corner and Barrett and Drew, it would rely on them winning HOH. And then even if they won HOH, if Drew won or Barrett won, they had to show their hand. So they probably wouldn't come for it. You get what I'm saying? And so it just would increase the chances. So I'm just like mad at Big Brother. I'm like, I know y'all like y'all returning players. I know y'all like your fan faves, but you cannot, like, I want to see D win when all odds are against her, because I can see her genius come out. I don't want to see her win when the deck is stacked in her favor. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a fun watch to me.
Yeah, I feel like the deck is stacked in her favor though because of her work. I think that she's doing for some of it, I think so, because even when it came down to whether or not they take down Lyric or Melody, she's kind of the one that like was highlighting, at least from what I saw on the live feeds, like, no, Melody and Drew are a problem. Drew is playing both sides. Like, I think she has the insight that the other two icons don't necessarily have. Does she have to put all of her skills to work right now? No, because she does have the cards stacked in her favor. But I feel like the fact that she came in late and she's been able to, she went through a HOH week and still doesn't necessarily have the largest target on her back.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, what you just described, I don't view that as part of her work. I think that's actually a wrong read on her part. Not wrong read, but wrong move. Because I think she is making an enemy of Melody, like all of them, and pulling Lyric down. Like, I think pulling Melody off was the better move. I don't think taking Lyric down was a good move at all. I think, just personally, I just don't. I think Drew's going to be with them. Now, he could move over to the other side or whatever, but I think Drew's going to be with them for a little bit because this is week 2. You don't set up this middle position just to burn it in week 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think if he's going to burn it, he's going to burn it in like week 5 or something like that. And so I think that you pull Melody on your side and then you get the next number out. And so I don't personally think it was the right move. So I think, like, when you say that she's in the position she's in because she's playing well, I literally think she wouldn't be in this position if they didn't limit the HOH to the vets in the first week. So that's 1 prop up, right? And then 2, they let them play in the second week. So Devin's had an opportunity. So that's 2 prop up. And then 3, I do think she's playing well. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, they're getting all these powers. They're about to get all these powers. I just think it's like, it's a little setup for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I think that she's playing well, but it's just like she's also playing well with a little boost. And I don't like the boost. I want to see her just raw. Like, let her be in there. Let the vets go in and be a target. Okay, let it, make them safe week 1. That's the best I think you could do for them. Make them safe week 1, and then boom, let it play out. Cause I ain't like that. They set it up. They win the first head of household. That's just, you set the power dynamics for the whole season. I didn't like that. I'm sorry. Let me calm down. I'm on one because
I feel like they did that because they would have been such a target in the beginning, and I think I don't know, maybe because of last season they felt like we need. Who knows why they did that?
You talking about what was last season
with Rachel?
Rachel made it far though. These vets can do what they do. You know what I'm saying? They can do something. Like, don't be propping them up too much. Like, give them 1 week of safety and that's it. I can't even remember what they did last year. Did they do that safety for them?
I can't remember if she had safety the first week, but either way, I don't know. I've been enjoying them. I think even Angela has been fun to watch. So I mean, I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
Let's talk about the argument though, because we didn't talk about that at the last week.
Well, actually, before we get on that though, I did want to bring back up this whole like Drew piece of it all, and whether or not Melody was the right move or not to take down. I feel like something else that D was kind of like saying was that Melody is a good player, better than Lyric, and so that is why you take down Lyric. Like, and I actually agreed with that, because I was like, Melody, she's gonna be the one to try to, you know, flip flop. Is she a better player than Lyric? Yes. I don't think Melody is the best player, because I do think there's some things that she says to the wrong people. For instance, telling Lyric, I don't trust Rome, I don't trust Justin. I didn't think that was smart on her part and perceptive of Lyric's relationship with the both of them. But the fact that her and Drew now have been looped together, I feel like making Melody stay on the block now, potentially to be the person who can be like a pawn over and over again. I don't know. I felt like that was the better move, because Melody is like actively knowing she needs to find other places. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. No, I you never know in these things. So no, this is theorizing, whatever. But I personally don't think that. I think that Melody is a good player, yes. But I think that Lyric is fooling them about what type of player she is. Like, if I were to bet my money on anybody personally, I'm betting it on Lyric. I'm betting on Lyric more than Melody. I think Melody is, she was the one who, like, when Ashley last week kept coming to them and during the first week, kept coming to them and being like, this group said I'm safe or blah, 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 or I have the numbers. Melody was the first one to be like, hold up, what group? 1, 2, 3, they're a group. Like, she was putting the puzzle pieces together. So I do agree that she's a good player. However, she is on an island and she doesn't have the same social dynamic or the social footing that Lyric has. So I feel like Lyric, I wouldn't count Lyric out. That's because I'm not counting on their part, like, to do that, like, oh, she should come off because of this. It's like Lyric and Melody about damn near, I think, neck and neck. And I would put, as far as potential, I put a little bit more on Lyric, just me personally.
Yeah, I agree with the potential piece, but I'm talking about to the view of them. They feel like Lyric is not the better player, so for them it was the correct move. Like, from what they can actually see, I think it was the right move.
I get that, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, they can see that Lyric brought her ass up there and got you to take her off the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that but
Devin saw that as like, oh, so sweet of you, girl.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, y'all not understanding. She is like what they were saying about Rome. She is a little bit kind of like the girl version of it. Like, like how they were saying that Rome,
the charm.
Yeah, like, yeah, and he was like, oh, the way he came up here and he was just like, I'm not mad at you. He's like, it make me want to keep him, but that's why I got to get rid of him more. It's like, that piece is what Lyric has that I don't think Melody has per se. Like, Melody has strategy. I think Melody has strategy, but I think Lyric, now that Rome is gone, they probably unleashed her. That's what I'm saying. Like, they probably unleashed her ass. She probably about to activate into her actual strategic mind, because she's got a better social game than Melody. But she didn't. I think Melody got her on a strategy. Like, Melody's thinking, but Lyric ain't thinking. But now that she got the kisses out the way, they done activated her. I think personally, I don't think that was
I am excited to watch Lyric play moving forward. So we're gonna see what happens.
Can I say one thing though, that I'm disappointed? I'm not excited to everybody. I'm like, oh my God, is this Faute part 2? Because it's giving like, are we about to, like, what's about to happen here? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, for real. Before we we're not going to spoil quite yet, but we do know week 3 HOH. So
I'm not even talking about the week 3. I'm talking about, I said this at the end of the episode when I knew Rome went home and all them votes was what I like, y'all couldn't get the votes together. Y'all couldn't try to grab Barrett.
Yeah, like, no, honestly, I think they had enough to try, especially like if Drew and Barrett ended up giving those random swing, because they were talking about just throwing out some votes on Rome and like creating a little bit of quiet chaos. I think if the other side didn't know, Rome side didn't know about that potentially, or if Drew and Barrett didn't find out whether or not Rome had the votes to stay, like if they were under the impression that he did not, I think it could have happened. I think they should have still tried. I was so surprised when Lyric went in there, when Lala went in there. Like, it started off with Taylor, so I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, then everybody, once Lala and Lyric said wrong, I was like, damn, y'all didn't even try.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't even try. And there was no need, I felt like, to say, like, we didn't want to show our cards or, like, we needed to stay with the house. At this point, Devins drew the line in the sand. Yes. So there was no reason, especially for the three people he put up on the block originally, to not vote to keep Rome. I'm like, Lyric, Melody, and Jason, y'all should have all voted to keep Rome. There was no reason to vote to keep Melody. I didn't understand that whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, there's always like the Melody is in the house side of it. Like if Rome doesn't stay, you got to deal with her, you got to face her. But at the same time, it's like, bruh, like.
Yeah, but Melody, like you just said, she doesn't necessarily have a place to go. And if she does end up saying, well, they didn't vote for me to stay, so I'm going to go over here. She's on the bottom of the totem pole there. And I feel like she's smart enough to at least know, like, I'm better off still staying on this Rome side of the house than going over here to this bigger alliance. Because like you said, she snipped it out from what Ashley said week 1.
Yeah. Or at least I think she's smart enough to know that, like, she can play both sides, dip in and dip out. And a sometimey player, if you're on the bottom, is better than like a locked in player. You know what I'm saying? You could use a sometimey player. You could grab them and be like, for this one vote, we'll trust you, girl. And then she like, all right, let's do it. And next week she might flip to the other side. But it's like when you need those one votes to kind of like position and keep your people, you know, it's you know. So I don't know. I'm a little disappointed for the season. Like it was like it started off on the drama at the high of the week, and we go circle back to that now. This argument, and then
before we get there,
girl, you keep interrupting the argument.
My bad. I just wanted to say before we go there, if you're still listening, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. But yes, on to the argument. I ain't gonna lie, Jason had me in a little tickle when he said, "Pick up your hat, darling."
Yeah.
Hey, baby, this is not RuPaul.
Right. The beginning of the argument, I felt like Jason was getting it. He was like,
he was.
But then as she started talking, it did kind of seem like, damn, Jason, like she got you a little.
I was surprised though that Jason did not catch on that she knew because someone told her. It's like, I was like, good on Angela, first of all, for not outing Drew, because Angela be a little, I was like, don't do it. Yeah. But the fact that she was able to keep her composure just enough to just say just enough, I was all right now, Angela. This is what I'm talking about. This is called reformed player. I like this. I like this version of Angela.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And the mocking that she did, why would you do that? Like, it was TV gold. It was really, really good. I did feel a little bit bad for Jason. Not that he like deserves that much empathy, because like you did lie. You did use like some slimy stuff to lie about. Like, you're going to have to take your consequences. I was like, dang, he about to really feel lonely. Like the things that he was, you know, afraid of feeling, you about to feel it, because you have to, you know, be cautious of how you treat people. So
yeah,
I was like, ooh, it's about to be a long 90 days if you stay in here that long.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with Jason, but at this point, Jason's what we got. So Jason, do something, please. Like,
yeah, no, for real.
But also on the Rome side of it. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the Rome. But we did mention a little bit how Rome is like called Haley a B, but like Haley, he called her insufferable. It seems to be like that's the sentiment of the house from the live feeds. Like it seemed like the people. Yeah. It seemed like I'm not here for, you know, a man calling a woman any, you know, B word. Haley is interesting though. She's an interesting one. Like it's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of her or that side. Like Chuck, all of them. Like not a huge fan. You know. So.
Yeah, I really, really hope the Red Corner, that threesome of the Red Corner Alliance goes down very soon. We just need one switch of power, maybe just one, because they're gonna be the three that goes up there
first. Yeah, I know. It shouldn't be.
And at that point,
icons, but it's not.
Not. It's going to be them three, and at that point, the icons need to be hoping that the nominations stay what they are, because that right there, they ain't got no dog in the fight. If, like, for real, because any replacement nominee is them, right? So they would do best to lay low for that week whenever somebody else goes into power. So, yep. Something I will also say too, like with these competitions, Jason, he keeps coming in so close. Like, of course, he won the BB Blockbuster, but I think in the HOH he did he slide well? I can't remember, but I know he was close in that veto. He was close as hell in that veto, and if he would have won veto, I think that would have I really wonder how the week would have shaped out if he won veto. Of course, Rome still would have went up probably, but like, I guess at that point they would have took down Melody.
No, they could. Jason would have been.
Jason would have been taken down. Yeah.
So Rome would have went up. But it's more about like who would have won that Blockbuster. Would Rome have won it? I think, or if Lyric would Lyric have won it? You know, I could see Lyric winning that thing.
Melody wasn't close to winning, and neither was Rome. So it probably would have been Lyric. Like, to be honest, because neither one of them were getting. I was like, come on now, y'all. And I was like, this one wasn't even, I hate to say it, that hard, because sometimes in those types of games you can only stack like pieces on top of each other. And for this, it was like you could stack wherever. So I'm just like, just get them empty and put them down.
Right. It was like, as soon as there was one that was like the gold piece, it's like you got to know which one's on the bottom. You got to start with that one. Like, that's the one you're doing. That's the column that is that one, because why would you replace the bottom when you already have a bottom of a color? And so when Rome did that, it was like a gold on the bottom of one, and he pulled it all the way off. I was like, this your gold stick one, Rome, what you doing? Yeah. I'm like, so I knew we was over right then. And I could see Jason doing, I could see colors forming, stacking. I was like, yes. He got it. Yeah,
so. He had that by a landslide. Yeah. So, and the fact that he was so close on the veto, I was like, they need to be worried about him. They were so worried about Rome and his competition ability. But Jason, he keep getting in there. He don't be at the end in these challenges.
Yeah. So that makes me think of like likability. Like, what do you think is Jason's current likability in the house? And what about Rome, as Rome's like, this is not related to likability, but a little bit, but it's like all the crying was interesting.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. When Rome started crying, I rolled my eyes so hard. I was just like, boo. Yeah, no, I didn't really have that much. I mean, I feel like it probably was tough to have like your game just like spewed out there, and then like to see that you're hurting someone else. But I literally wrote down, Rome, get it together and lock in. Like, you need to lock in. Which he did afterwards. He went up and he spoke to Devins or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, it was a lot. It was a heated discussion. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't even see all of it. I'm sure they didn't piece it all together on the show. And, the live feeds were cut for most of it. So,
well, I think the live feeds came back right at before the HOH ceremony ended. Like,
it did, but we still don't know everything I don't think we know everything that was said.
True.
And then also, like, with Jason, I'm not sure, his likability seems actually very low, but I think that's going to work in his favor, because he's always going to be like an easy target to put up. You know what I'm saying? Especially from the crossover red corner tool shed side. So we'll see. I feel like if the girls and Lala, Taylor, all of them, like, if they're smart, they probably would just have to be like, okay, we're gonna keep one eye open, one eye closed, but you need him as a number. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they can get rid of him whether they like him or not. So I don't know, and they need him for competitions for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I hope that they're smart, because if they turn into Faute, I promise you, I'm gonna be so pissed off. Like, every season when it's bad or like I just get pissed off. But I think it's like, it's interesting. Like Big Brother back in the day was more willing to have these split houses, and the modern era of Big Brother is very house vote, and I hate house vote. And that's why let's speak on Taylor for just a quick second before we get to the end of the episode. Like, Taylor,
yeah, I love that.
I'm watching her. Yes. I'm watching her. She's risen in my ranks.
Definitely.
Because yes.
Even she told, literally, and she had told like Lala, she was like, just let them eat each other. Like, we need to just chill and sit back. And I was like, yes girl. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm watching Taylor. I feel like she's going to be exciting to watch. She's giving me, she understands this is a marathon and not a sprint.
Yeah.
And so she's like, if I keep my likability up, if I keep, playing quiet, she don't talk too much to people. Yeah. She doesn't, she seems like she doesn't necessarily know what's going on to everybody else, but it does give her some information. She still, I don't think, knows everything, but she has perception. And so I think that's working in her favor. And she is quiet, I think, enough where people feel like they can come to her when they need to be soothed, when they want to have a good laugh and a kiki. So I think that's going to work out for her. So if she does end up on the block, she does get that likability vote to stay.
Yeah, I have no clue where she is with all of that in terms of like likability or whatever, but I do feel like one thing she is her eyes on the game. And I like a player that has her eye on the game. I'm not sure how perceptive she is per se, but I just think her eyes on the game, and I think she has a strategy and an evolving strategy. Like, I feel like she will look at what's happening right now and make the best decision that she feels like she should make based on the facts on the ground. And so I think that's just, it's nice. It's nice to know that somebody in this house is willing to do something that's on the side that I like, I'm just no, honestly, but it is what it is. Anything else on this episode before we get into the next week's spoilers, the next week, week 3?
I think that's it. That's it. Right. So if you made it this far and you're leaving, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, make sure you give us a 5-star rating. Okay, so on to week 3 spoilers, again from the live feed. So if you don't want to know who the next HOH is, this is your time to leave. But yes, Kamu is the next HOH, which is just such a boo moment. I hate that he's the HOH. I feel like it's about to be a boring week, a predictable week, and I think he likes Haley. So I think this is just going to be him doing Haley's work.
Oh, you think he likes Haley? Sometimes he gives that he likes Lyric. Like there might be a chance when she was trying to do that fake her and Rome broke up thing. I don't know, but I don't know. It does give that he has options maybe in terms of like who he thinks is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Haley at least is giving him, I think, the energy back a little bit.
I mean, Lyric was giving energy when they was doing the breakup thing. Like, I don't know if you saw the whole scene of like he was in the shower or whatever, and she was just like sitting out there chatting with him, and then like Rome walks in like after crying, and then like washes his face, and then he leaves, and it's just like this awkward thing because she's like talking to him, to Kamu, about how this is not what she's, basically trying to distance herself from Rome. You know what I'm saying? And he was like,
but on his way out the door, they macking out and talking about they love each other.
She already saying, I don't know if I was ready for all of that. I don't know if I was ready for the love comment. Like, she's saying this shit.
Yes. I don't know. Saying I mean, she could be, but it's like, we all know it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a lie.
I don't know if Kamu know that. That's just what I'm saying.
Oh, if Kamu don't know that, then Kamu would be a fool, and he will get what's coming. He gonna be played like a fiddle, and if he want to do that, he want to do that. But it does seem like also too there is this thing with Haley, because they had like this like fake kiss moment too, with Dee and Angela.
That's why they had the fake kiss.
It was like they was like talking about like how you have game and stuff like that, and Haley, it wasn't in the episode, this was on live feeds, and Haley was leaning in and whatnot. This was during week 2, so there's something I feel like there for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I just think there's two things that could be happening possibly for Kamu. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, I think he is going to do some things for Haley and it's going to be Lala. I think Lala's going to be the target.
Oh, yeah. Jason. Oh, you think Lala's going to be the target? Like, I've seen that his plan is like, I think it's Lala, Jason, and either Melody or Mallory.
Valerie. It seems like Mallory is going to go up this time.
Okay. Yeah. And so it's kind of like that's, yeah. But his target should be Jason, I feel. I don't think Lala is a good target for them over Jason. I would do Jason.
Yeah, I think Kamu,
because Jason if he gets in power, he's gonna be like guns a blazing. Wild West. He's shooting them, and he ain't gonna for real play around with it.
Well, that entire side is gonna shoot at them, so I feel like it's like,
well, not sure. Maybe not. Not sure.
Ridiculous,
because it's kind of like, what's happening with these people? You know what I'm saying? What's happening? That's what I'm saying. Like, they're a little faute-ish to me. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure if they would take the shot, all of them. Taylor, I think, would take the shot. Lyric, I don't know. I think she would take like some shots, but she's trying to develop all these relationships on that side. Like D, Devins, Kamu. Maybe she put up Haley and Chuck. But, maybe Haley and Chuck. I don't know. I mean, I think they all would rest on that side, but like, who? Will it be the right people? I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, we shall see. I didn't have. I mean, it's only Friday now, so we don't know who the nominations are, and we have to wait for that. So we don't have as many spoilers because last week we recorded on a Sunday, so we had more information. So it'll just be like I said, I think it's going to be a boring week overall. It's just who on that side going to go,
Yes.
And for me, I don't want any of them to go because I still want it to be a clear war. And surprisingly, I don't have a winner pick in my mind quite yet. I don't even have a final 3 right now because it's like, even though this Toolshed side is running with it, at some point they are going to burst. It's going to happen. When is it going to happen? I don't know. I feel like by week 5, week 6.
Yeah, I think Barrett and Drew have a lot to do with what's going to happen with that side.
And if I were them, I feel like now that Rome is gone, I'm wondering if Drew is going to see this as an open path to maybe develop a side of his own and to have a side that he can lead and coalesce like under
Drew?
him.
Maybe. He gives me less leader and more like sneaky, tell you in your ear, like, type of like more. He gives me less out front leader than sneaky player. So it feels like that's like he wouldn't want to be in that position, but I think he would want to have the power of that position, like, the influence, but I don't think he would visibly be that person that the way Rome was. But I do think that if I were them, Barrett and Drew, I would take this moment and probably, like, after this week, whoever they get rid of, and start maybe possibly partnering secretly with the other side.
I think so
that you can and maybe take shots at who. I don't know who. I need to sit down and think.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's hard when there's like this huge alliance, especially when like you're rooting, at least for me, like I'm rooting for some people on the alliance, and like I said, I like Drew's style of play. I even like Barrett's a little bit. I feel like he understands his position in that alliance, which is good. And he's still thinking about the fact that, like, you guys called me in last for the second time now. And that is something to take note of. And, like, conversations have already started before I enter the room. Don't like that. And then, of course, I want to see the icons play a little longer. But yeah, I really just don't like Chuck, Haley, and Kamu. Like, I would love to see at least one of them go within the next 2 weeks. Like, no, that would be ideal. We know it's not happening this week, but like next week, week 4, week 5, please, someone.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. But yeah,
but I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, if you made it this far, drop a pink heart in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, hype us up. If you're on Spotify or Apple, make sure you hit that 5 star rating, and we will catch you for next week. Bye.
Bye.